I throw myself on your mercy for my mother ate my homework on the bus. I throw myself on your mercy for my father copied and then destroyed my homework under a bridge. Unfortunately, I erased my USB memory with my homework in it at the cafeteria. Devastatingly, my sister lost my homework in the principal's office. I'm sorry, my neighbor stopped me from doing my homework in my kitchen. I apologize, my mother erased my USB memory with my homework in it in my kitchen. I am devastated to report that my dog stole my homework and hid it at the park. 1,000 apologies, my father stole my homework and hid it on the bus. I throw myself on your mercy for my dog lost my homework at the mall. Please forgive me, a wolf gave away my homework in my bedroom. Please forgive me, I used my homework as a paper airplane under a bridge. Regretfully, my cat ate my homework at the cafeteria.
Hello, my name is Eduardo and I am here with another tutorial for Appinventor. And today we're going to make a very simple excuse maker. Okay, this tutorial is just to show you how to work with list. Okay, well, one way to work with list. Well, I will be using Appybuilder in this case, but it's a pretty simple app, so you can do it in Appinventor, so don't worry for that. Well, let's start first. Let's create a new project. We call it excuse maker. Say okay. Okay, well, we have here this, and I will explain you a little bit about the app. I have made some excuses, okay, and I divided this in some columns, okay, so the apology, person, the action, and the place. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4 different lists. The idea is that I want to mix some of these options. For example, I'm sorry, my mother ate my homework at the mall. Okay, well, this is pretty silly, I know, but it is something that it's funny, it's entertaining, and it's a way to show you how to mix these lists. Okay, and I am using here Excel just to show you a very simple approach, okay, when we work with lists, because sometimes it's quite not hard, but it's not very entertaining to work with the lists. Okay, so let's go to Appybuilder. Well, first, the way I want to do this is very simple. We're going to use here a simple layout. We're going to use here first an horizontal arrangement. We set it to fill parent, and then in here we're going to insert an image. We are going to align this center. Okay, just let me activate here Appybuilder. Remember, it is not necessary to use Appybuilder, but it's because I am planning to maybe to upload this simple app to the Play Store. Let's wait a little bit. Let me check if it's loaded. Yes. Well, and as always, I go here and go to monetize. This is just a step for Appybuilder, okay, because I am planning to monetize this app. Here and enter, and that's it. As you check here, I have an image, and this image is for the button. So this is a mistake, sorry, it's not an image, we need a button. We delete here, and we are going to use an image, but just to give some space between the button and the ad, okay, to avoid problems, okay, with ad mob. So here let's set it the height for this invisible image, sorry, to, let's say, 24, and that's it. That gives us some space. Now in here I will add a button. I remove the text in the button, and I will add an image for this button. The image, of course, it has to be with excuses. It's 512 times 512. Okay, well, that you have your image. It doesn't matter the position right now because it is in the center. Okay, we can scale it if you want in just a moment. Oh, sorry, my mouse got disconnected. Well, we have this part. Let's just visualize this in a bigger screen. We need now a label because we want something to display the excuse. Okay, and in this label we are going to display this excuse. Excuses. Let's write it here. Oh, sorry. Then rename the label to excuse label. Button, rename it to excuse maker button. I guess that's okay. So let me check my Appybuilder. Because I wanted to show you this at the same time. E C U Z C U H, sorry, H Z, and that's it. Well, basically this is the design. Okay, so here the excuses, maybe it has to be center, and maybe this excuse label, it has to be a little bit bigger, maybe 18, and maybe bold. That's it. Everything is ready. Let's go to the blocks. Well, the first thing that we need to create is to well, we need to scale this huge button. Okay, so for that we're going to go here and we're going to call this scale button. Okay, to scale the button we're going to go here to the button. Oh, well, don't pay attention to that. In a moment I will, and we will set the height. Remember, it is a square. So we are going to set it to maybe 30% of the screen. Okay, the size of the screen. So we're going to go to math, and then we are going to multiply this. We go to the screen, and we're going to take its property, its height property times 0 times 0.4 is the 40%. We don't want to use maybe that 40%, but let's set it to 40% of the screen for the height. And for the width of the button, we are going to just to take this because it is a square, so the same value that we have in the height, we want it in the width. So we go here to the width, change it to width, to height, sorry. So after we calculate this, we take this value. Okay, eliminate this, and we are going to load this when the screen initializes. So we go here to procedures, scale button, and that's it. Let's see if this continues working or not. So we go FD NF JC. Oops. I've never seen that mistake before. But well. Now here it's not loading correctly. We have to do it again. And that's it. It looks better over there. I mean, it's a problem with a huge image. Okay, that sometimes happens. We refresh the screen, and yes, let's do it again. Well, we have the button over there. Okay, we are going to fix it in a moment. We're going to work with a list now. Well, when we have a list, we have different options to create a list. Okay, remember that first we have to create a variable. And if you remember the Excel document, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 lists. Okay, so these lists will be stored in a variable. Okay, one for apologies, one for person, one for action, and one for place. So we have to go here and we have to say the first one, apologies list, and we set it to an empty list. It is not necessary to add it right now, or we can add it, but I will show you something. Okay, so that's why. Then we duplicate this one and we call it person list. I guess it's person or subject or noun, whatever. Then we go here to action. This is the action list. And finally we go for the place list. Place list. Okay, well, we have these different lists. Okay, all of them are empty, and we're going to add values when screen initializes. To do that, we're going to make another procedure, okay, to load the list, or we can use this one. Okay, instead of scale button only, it is initial loading values. So it's going to scale and it's going to load these lists. Now we go here and we're going to use, we can use this, for example, check, I have global apologies list, and we are going to create, for example, my lists, all of them have 10 items. So we have to copy this and copy of making this, and it's okay, but sometimes it's it takes too much making these 10 spaces, and then you write here, for example, this one, and you have to do the same, I'm sorry, etc. Oh, sorry. And then you continue with all the excuses. That it's not very convenient. If you have work in Excel, you can say, well, we can copy that, but then you have this long list that goes bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's not very convenient. So you can make another thing. You have another option. If you have made your list in Excel, okay, in a column format, you can do this. You go to list, and then you go for list from CSV row test. So you need to have, when you create a list here, it is like this one. Instead of having that thing, you have all your elements separated by a comma. For example, the first one is I'm sorry, comma, space, okay, and then you continue with the next one that is I don't know, for example, please forgive me, and you can go here and copy sorry. And then you go here, and that's it, and you continue. So that is, for me, it's better to work like this. But of course, again, it's copy paste, and you have a very long list. Okay, here, well, how to simplify this thing? Well, check. I found the website. So let's see, write this. That it's called convert.town column to comma separated list. So you paste your Excel column here, and you will receive all the comma values separated list. Okay, so to work with Appinventor, for example, I want to work with this list. I select the 10 elements, Control C, copy, then I go to this page, paste it, and you have all your elements. Just make sure you don't have anything strange, like for example, I use spaces. Okay, so we have to eliminate these spaces because I was using this, but the program detects that it's an empty element. Not big deal. Just add an extra space after the last word for every element. Okay, here it was no problem. Gratefully, yes, a space. It's just a little mistake, but almost everything is done. Instead of copying again, you have this thing and simplifies your life. Here, just erase this for 1,000 apologies. Unfortunately, let's check them. In case I'm okay, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, here, and space, regretfully, woefully. We are ready to copy these things. The last one is not necessary to copy the last comma. So we copy all of this. Control C. We go to Appinventor or Appybuilder. We select here and we paste it. And that's it. We have the list. All the list is here for the global apologies list. Then we have to do the same with the other ones. We can duplicate this one, empty this one, and we go to convert again, but we go to Excel. Now for person, again, we return to convert to column. We erase this one, paste, and we have I recommend you give a space after the person again. My father, yes, space. That's it. We copy, Control C, Appinventor or Appybuilder, paste, and we have the second list really fast. And we change it here to person list. Now we duplicate this one, we set it to action list, we select, delete, go to Excel, action. You take action, Control C, go to convert, and you paste your column values. Just make sure everything is okay. Yes, now it's okay. In the other case, now I remember why I received these mistakes, because I was adding commas, so that's why. Well, that's okay. Oh, sorry. Then I go here to Appybuilder, select, paste, enter, and I have my list over there. And finally, the place. We duplicate this one, we go to place, select, eliminate, go to Excel, Control C, let's return to convert, paste, check, space, yes, but this one is the last one, so we need maybe periods, but that's okay. Control C, Appinventor, Appybuilder, and we have all the list, and we will load this list when we start the app. Okay, and well, we have a mistake, remember. Let's center everything. It is not making this kind of thing, but don't worry, do it. That's okay. So the width is 40%. Excuse. Well, anyway, we are going to fix this in a moment. Well, we have all the lists loaded. Now we need to create this procedure when we click on the button. So we go to button, click, and we're going to create a very simple procedure. So what do we want? When we click this, we want the label, excuse label, to display or change its message or its text. Okay, and it will change its text, okay, from different lists. So we're going to join different elements. So let's say it is work like this. I'm not sure yet. We have 4 elements from the list. The first one, we need to set what? From the list. Pick a random item from which list? From, let's say, from the first one. That is apologies. That is the first one. Then we duplicate this one, and then from the person list, a random duplicate from the okay, first is the apology, sorry, my friend, and then we need the action, and finally place. That's it. When we click this, it will have to change or pick a random item. Let's see. I'm sorry. Oops, we have a mistake over here. I know why. Because I am using commas here. In this one. Let's review this. I'm sorry. Wolfate, my homework, my kitchen. In my kitchen. Okay. So let's find the wolf. I'm sorry, a wolf ate. So here in the actions we have the problem. We need space at the beginning of the actions. So we can go here. Again, I guess it's easier to make it this thing in Excel. We go here, convert, and we try to fix this thing. Let's check if we can set a space here. After the comma, you give it space. We can add the space in Appinventor. Okay, we can just join it. But let's see if this thing works like this. We set some spaces. We go to Appybuilder. We replace this. And then we just do it again. Please forgive me. And after the persons we have the same thing. Now how can we fix it? Well, in this case let's do it in another way. Here we are going to insert an empty space. Let's see what happens. I throw myself on the mercy for my neighbor. Okay, and then we can add a comma here to make it more dramatic. An alien, and after the person we need spaces. I guess that's better like that. An alien here. Let's add space. Let's see. Unfortunately, my cat lost my homework under a bridge. Under it is pasted with action. So here we need to insert before the last ones, in the middle another space. We duplicate. We have the space over there, and let's check it. Unfortunately, my sister ate my homework in my kitchen. Oh, I'm sorry, my neighbor used my homework as a paper airplane under a bridge. I apologize, I erased my USB memory with my homework in it at the cinema. And that's it. We have over there all this excuse maker, and we can just insert in a layout here, or we can maximize this. Let's insert this text in an horizontal arrangement here, and we are going to set it here, and the horizontal arrangement to fill parent, and the excuse label, I guess that's okay. It's just maybe we center, and we also make it like here, like with fill parent. That's it. And that looks better. And finally, maybe we can add text-to-speech. Maybe we can set it to English. I don't remember if it's English. Let's hope that this is English. Okay, and after we have this, we have text-to-speech. Go to text-to-speech, and the message for text-to-speech is this text that we got. Text-to-speech, and that's it. Now when it's playing the sound and someone else touches the button again, okay, what is going to happen? Well, what if we let the text-to-speech to finish its sentence? Well, so in that case we're going to use here from text-to-speech, before speaking or after speaking. Before speaking, okay, when it's loading the message, we're going to disable the button. So in that case we're going to avoid people to touch again the button. So let's find the enable, and we set the button to false before the text-to-speech is going to talk. And after that we go to text-to-speech, and after finishes its message we want to re-enable the button, and that's it. So let's see if this is working. I cannot touch again. Check. And well, basically that is the idea with this excuse maker. Okay. Well, I told you something about what if it's not loading the values at the beginning. Okay. Well, first let's correct here the line vertical. I want it at the top. Okay. And we are going to add a sensor. That's clock. And we are going to set it to maybe I guess 45. It's okay. We disable timer always fires and just timer enable, and this clock is going to help us to load these values. So when the screen initializes and the clock initializes, we want to load these values, okay, the initial values, but we want to load them just like 4 times to make sure that everything is okay. So we're going to create a new variable that is counter ini, or counter loading maybe, and we are going to set it to 0. Then we're going to use this, a condition. If, okay, the counter loading it is less than 4, let's say 5. We're going to load this 5 times just to make sure everything is okay. Then if this value is less than 5, we're going to increment this value until we get to 5. Okay, so we're going to duplicate this, plus 1. We're going to set the counter loading plus 1 until we get to 5. Okay, and every time we do this, we're going to call this initial value. Else, what happens if everything is okay? Well, we don't need the clock anymore, so we're going to disable the clock, because at the beginning it is enabled, remember? So we don't want to run this procedure all the time, so we stop clock from working. So now let's refresh the screen, and maybe let's change the size of the excuse, maybe to 24. Let's wait, and the clock, it will load this kind of procedure like 4 times or something. Okay, and it's trying to make this thing. Now I was thinking about this image. Check, we are going to make this. We're going to open this image. We're going to open the image in GIMP, and we're going to make something here that it will help you to make look your app better. I mean, not perfect, but better. So we open it. I use GIMP. I like GIMP. Okay, and maybe the image is too big for the screen. Maybe it's 200. I'm going to reduce the image. Okay, that's it. Just half, 256, and that's it. That's perfect. And now I need something else. This, I take the color picker. I go here and I check this color that I have here. Okay, now I can use this information, okay, or this one, the RGB, is that it's this one, 59, 120 and 123, to make the background color for the app. Okay, or well, let's just again, let me just refresh this, export, and again I take color picker, go here, RGB values, we upload again the file, open, yes, we want to replace it, and that's it, we replace it. Then we go here to the background. We're going to change the background, remember? We're going to go to the initial values, and we're going to set the color of the background. We say here screen, background color, and then we take a color from the color options. We are going to make a color, and based on the values from Inkscape, that is this one, 59. Then we have 120 and 123. 120, 123, and we will change a similar color to the one in the bottom, I guess. And then maybe this is going to be like a little bit white, because if not it will look like very dark. Let's see what happens. And now it looks better. It has an ugly line over there. That's it. And that's it. That's the way we have it. If you check, text is not perfect, okay? Sometimes it's not working okay in Appinventor. Maybe you can fix it, like setting the width of the text box to let me go here, make sure sometimes it's not working that width, and let's set it to maybe duplicate this one. We change the screen to width, and we're going to change it using just the 75%, so it is 0.75% of the screen. Oh, sorry. And then we go here and we refresh everything. We set it to 28 bigger, and let's see what happens. We create an excuse. Well, it is just using this percentage, and then we just need to center the arrangement, the horizontal arrangement, and hopefully click, and that's it. It looks much better. And you can use this very simple app, okay, to make maybe something about challenges that are very popular in YouTube, okay. So maybe eat something, you mix eat, wear, and use, or something like that. And I have seen some of these challenges. Okay, well, that is everything. Okay, and finally, well, if you check, if you have a Appybuilder, okay, for the previous steps you can make it with Appinventor. Now if you want to monetize this and you have Appybuilder, you go here and you need to add here at add unit. You go to add mob and you create monetize new app. Obviously I haven't uploaded to the Play Store, so that's why you add it first manually, and I'm going to call it excuse maker. That's the name, and I select Android, and then I add the app, and then I have the options banner, and it will display here. You call a name, for example, excuse banner, just to identify this, and then it will give you a number over here. Okay, then you copy this and you go to Appybuilder and you paste it, and that's it. Pretty simple. Then for the inter, it is the same. You just create an inter unit, interstitial or something, and then you just paste the add unit that you received from AdMob. Well, that was all. My name is Eduardo. Okay, I hope you like this simple tutorial of Appinventor and list. Okay, and remember, I will write the link for this page. Okay, the convert, that it's pretty useful. Okay, when you are working with lists, instead of making a big list, okay, like the other ones, like the traditional list, you can use the CSV row text. Okay, that it's pretty useful. Maybe it's pretty big, but you don't have to handle it or use it or modify it here. If you want, you just go to Excel and easily you modify it here, and it's better, I guess. Okay, well, I will see you the next time. Okay, please share this video with someone who's learning Appinventor. Okay, until next time, okay, because it's getting late according to my alarm. Goodbye, see you.